Imagine a world where the Ottoman Empire, once the mighty heart of Islamic civilization, did not decline in the 19th century, but instead embraced industrialization, science, and political reform before the West did. What would the modern world look like if the Ottomans had modernized in time? Today on The Real History, we dive into this alternate timeline, where Istanbul becomes a global capital and the Islamic world leads in technology, economics, and diplomacy, the historical decline. In our real timeline, the Ottoman Empire peaked in the 16th century under Suleiman the Magnificent, stretching from Hungary to Yemen, from Algeria to Iran. But by the 18th and 19th centuries, the empire began to fall behind Europe in military technology, education, governance, and trade. Internal corruption, slow reforms, the rise of nationalism, and Western imperialism contributed to its gradual collapse. The empire eventually dissolved after World War I, giving way to modern Turkey and various Arab states under European control. But what if the story had gone differently? The turning point. Let's imagine that in the early 1700s, visionary Ottoman leaders saw the writing on the wall. Instead of resisting change, they embraced it. They sent scholars and engineers to Britain and France, translated European scientific works, and invested in public education, railways, and industry. The Janissary, once powerful military elite, were disbanded early. A constitutional monarchy was established by 1750, allowing parliament and modern bureaucracy to take root. The empire invested heavily in universities, railroads, and secular institutions, modernizing like Meiji Japan would later do. A new Ottoman century. By the 1800s, the Ottoman Empire becomes the bridge between East and West, not just geographically, but culturally and technologically. Istanbul becomes a rival to London, Paris, and Vienna. The empire forms alliances based on economic interests rather than colonial ambitions. Arabic, Turkish, and Persian flourish alongside English and French. Muslim reformers work alongside Christian minorities, and secular science is encouraged. The printing press spreads fast and literacy soars. The Suez Canal, instead of being built under British influence, is constructed by the Ottomans with joint investment from Indian and Chinese partners. Ottoman engineers work on railroads from Baghdad to Delhi and ports across North Africa. Global Impact 1. The Islamic world unites. Instead of fragmentation, Muslim-majority regions across North Africa, the Middle East, and Central Asia remain within a federated Ottoman framework, like the British Commonwealth, but with stronger cultural unity. Second, no colonial scramble. With a strong Ottoman state guarding the Middle East and North Africa, European colonial powers face resistance. Egypt, Sudan, Algeria, and Tunisia never fall under French or British control. The Islamic world industrializes instead of being divided. 3. A new world order. By the 20th century, 3 superpowers dominate: the Ottoman Federation, the British Empire, and the United States. The Cold War never happens. Instead, there's a triangular world order based on diplomacy, trade competition, and soft power. 4th, science and innovation. Ottoman universities produce leading scientists in medicine, astronomy, and engineering. Baghdad becomes the new Silicon Valley of this world. Arabic and Turkish are considered must-learn languages for global diplomacy, religious coexistence. Religious pluralism becomes the Ottoman model. Christians, Jews, and Muslims all have protected status. Instead of religious extremism and identity politics, the state promotes unity and diversity. This model spreads to other countries. India adopts similar policies, and tensions between Hindus and Muslims decrease. Even European powers take notes on Ottoman religious coexistence. World Wars reimagined. With a powerful industrialized Ottoman Empire, World War I never occurs as it did. The alliance systems that led to global war are avoided. The empire plays the role of a balancing power between Europe and Asia. Even if conflict arises, the Ottomans are not the sick man of Europe. They are a stabilizing force. The modern world. In our alternate present, Istanbul is a tech hub like San Francisco. Mecca is not only a religious center, but also a place for international conferences and innovation expos. Middle Eastern cities are known for their universities, clean energy systems, and cultural production. Women have equal access to education and leadership. Democracy flourishes in various provinces, balanced with Islamic ethical frameworks. Sharia and secular law coexist peacefully under a hybrid legal system. This alternate history reminds us decline is not inevitable. What if the Ottomans had chosen modernization instead of stagnation? What if unity, science, and reform had come a century earlier? It's not just a fantasy, it's a reflection of what leadership, vision, and adaptation can achieve. What do you think the world would look like if the Ottoman Empire had modernized in time? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Real History for more thought-provoking explorations.